Do you love pancakes? Get ready for your new favorite. Today we're making Belgian yeast pancakes, and these aren't your typical Sunday morning flapjacks. The secret to their incredible flavor is a slow fermentation process that adds incredible depth. Stick around, because we're also going to be adding a little something extra to give them a truly unforgettable funky kick. Let's get started. First, weigh out 250 grams of all-purpose flour and 5 grams of salt. In a separate beaker, we'll measure out 8 to 10 grams of vanilla sugar and add 400 grams of milk. Don't worry about being super precise here, this isn't fine patisserie, so a few grams either way won't make a difference. Warm the milk in the microwave. Aim for a temperature between 35 and 38 degrees Celsius. Be careful to not overheat. Add 5 grams of dry yeast or 15 grams of fresh yeast to the warm milk and give it a good mix. We will let this mixture rest for about 10 minutes. This gives the yeast a chance to get going, and you will know it's alive and well when you see bubbles forming. As the milk mixture rests, measure out your butter. We need 50 grams and melt it in the microwave. Grab a large mixing bowl. A great tip for keeping your bowl from moving around while you're mixing is to place a damp paper towel underneath it. Now, into the bowl, add your flour and salt. Slowly pour in the milk mixture, whisking as you go, until you got a thick slurry. A thick slurry makes it much easier to whisk out any lumps. When all the lumps are gone, mix in the rest of the milk. Next, crack 1 whole egg and then 2 more egg yolks. Make sure you keep those egg whites, we will use them later. Whisk again to combine. Add your melted butter and give it another good whisk. And now for our special ingredient, beer. You can use any of your favorite Belgian beers here. I am using a local Pilsner. Don't worry, the alcohol will evaporate during cooking. So these pancakes are perfectly safe for children to eat. If you rather not use beer, you can substitute it with sparkling water or just a bit more milk. Give it one last whisk to make sure everything is perfectly combined. The batter is now ready to ferment for 1 hour. After it has time to rest, take those egg whites you have saved and beat them until they're stiff. Gently fold them into the batter. If you liked the video so far, please like and subscribe. This will help me immensely in making more Belgian cooking videos. Using the right pan is everything here. For pancakes, I prefer my carbon steel pan. Over time, it's built up a fantastic non-stick coating, so the pancakes don't stick at all. Of course, you can always use a stainless steel or a non-stick pan. Just be careful with non-stick pans, as they do not like to be overheated. Now, let's start baking. You only need a small amount of butter for each pancake. I find it easiest to use a brush with some room temperature softened butter. Ladle in your batter, making sure to fill the whole pan. You want a pancake that's not too thin like a French crepe, but also not as thick as the Dutch like to do it. We're aiming for that perfect Belgian balance. You will know the batter is good when you see bubbles forming on the surface during baking. Once the top side of the pancake looks dry, it's ready to be flipped. I am using a spatula because my carbon steel pan is quite heavy and my stovetop is made of glass. But honestly, I'm not exactly a pro at flipping pancakes with a flick of my wrist. To keep your pancakes warm while you're baking the rest, here's a little trick. Take a small pot, fill it with a bit of water and bring it to a very gentle boil. Then simply place a plate on the top of the pot. The steam will keep the plate and the pancakes on it nice and warm until you're ready to serve. This way, every pancake is as warm and delicious as the first one. Alright, it's time to start eating. Take a pancake and place it on a large, warm plate. I have 4 of Belgium's most popular toppings. Classic white sugar, 2 special types of rock sugar called blonde candy or dark candy, and last, sirop de liège. Candy sugar isn't just any regular sugar. It has been heated to a high temperature, which caramelizes it and gives it a wonderful, rich flavor and a beautiful color. The darker the sugar, the more intense the caramel taste. Sirop de liège, on the other hand, is a thick, syrupy fruit spread made from apples and pears with a deep, earthy sweetness. I'm a fan of the dark candy, so I'm going to sprinkle that over my pancake and then roll it up. You can now enjoy your pancake very easily with a knife and fork, or just with your hands if you prefer it. But of course, it's summer here in Belgium, and another popular way to enjoy these is with fresh strawberries, which are in season right now. I just bought some from a local grower just this morning. Start by cleaning your strawberries and cutting them into 4 pieces. On a plate, place 2 warm pancakes, a generous scoop of vanilla ice cream, and sprinkle over your fresh strawberries. For the final touch, dust them with a little powdered sugar. This right here is Belgian summer on a plate. How do you like your pancakes? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next week for another classic Belgian dish.